Hello people, welcome to the channel Free Management Education. Today we will discuss about industrial conflicts and its settlement, and this is the first part of this series. So here we will discuss about collective bargaining, code of discipline and arbitration. Okay. Now comes collective bargaining. I have already discussed collective bargaining in the video trade unions and collective bargaining. Please see the video. You will see a detailed analysis of collective bargaining with its different types. Here I will give you an overview of it as required by different examinations or NET exam. Okay. Collective bargaining, it takes place when representatives of a labor union meet management representatives to determine employees' wages and benefits and to solve other issues. Okay. Thus, labor unions representative, it may be trade union, it meets management representatives, okay, to determine employees' wages, their benefits, their working conditions, their working status and everything. Okay, it is the most effective method on resolving industrial disputes. It is collective in the sense that chosen representative of the employees, that is the union, acts as a bargaining agent for all the employees in carrying out negotiations and dealing with the management. Okay. So major steps are preparing for negotiations, identifying the bargaining issue, then comes negotiation, then reaching the agreement, then ratifying or validating the agreement, then administration of the agreement. Okay. So preparing for negotiation, identifying the issues for negotiation, then actual negotiation, then reaching the agreement, then validating or ratifying the agreement, then administration of the agreement. Okay. There are different approaches to collective bargaining as a process of social change. Why? Because it is a technique of bringing about a change in the balance of power between the employer and employee. As a peace treaty between the conflicting parties, obviously. It is a system of industrial jurisprudence. What does it mean? It means it is a method of introducing civil rights into the industry, requiring that the management deals with the labor by rules rather than by arbitrary decision. It means that we have Constitution of India which specifies rules or a discipline like fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy. In the same manner, there are civil rights, there are rules in industry, and by following those rules, the management deals with those employees and not by any rash or arbitrary decision. Okay, so this is collective bargaining. I hope this is clear now. Now comes the code of discipline. Like there are code of ethics, there are codes of discipline. So what is the code of discipline? It defines duties and responsibilities of employers and employees. Okay. The objectives of this code are to ensure that employer and employees recognize each other's rights and obligations. Just I mentioned the civil rights of employees and employers also. Promote constructive cooperation between the parties concerned at all levels. Okay, constructive cooperation. It means taking the workers' voice in decision making. Okay, that is the industrial democracy. To secure settlement of disputes and grievances by negotiation, conciliation and voluntary arbitration. To eliminate all forms of coercion, that is by force, okay, intimidation, violence in industrial relation. Avoid work stoppages like strikes and all. Facilitate the free growth of trade unions and to maintain discipline in the industry. Okay, so it is like just like code of ethics, there is code of discipline in industrial relations. Now comes arbitration. It is another method of resolving industrial disputes. Okay. It refers to a procedure in which a neutral third party studies the dispute. Okay. Okay. Neutral third party studies the dispute, listens to both the parties and collects information. Okay. And makes recommendation which are binding on both the parties. This is binding on both the parties. Okay. Arbitration and Industrial Disputes Act 1947, Section 10A provides that where any industrial disputes exist or apprehended, okay, and the employer and the workman agree to refer the dispute to arbitration, that is a neutral third party to settle the dispute for them. They may do so by a written agreement. Okay, they can, however, do so at any time before the dispute has been referred to a labor court or industrial tribunal or national tribunal. So before the case has been referred to a labor court or industrial tribunal, national tribunal, only then you can refer to arbitration for settlement of disputes, not after the case has been handed over to the labor court or tribunals. Okay. Where a dispute has been referred for arbitration, the appropriate government may prohibit the continuance of any strike. If there is strike continuing, then the appropriate government, the one who is taking responsibility for the settlement of the disputes, that government or person can make rules for prohibiting the continuance of strikes or lockouts which may be in existence at the time of reference. Okay, so this is arbitration. So now comes conciliation. Okay, it is a process by which representatives of workers and employers are brought together before a third party. Again, here is a third party, with a view to persuading them to arrive at an agreement by mutual discussion between them. Okay, here the third party just helps them to arrive at a decision. Okay, it is not like arbitration that the arbitrator's decision is the final decision. Here the conciliator officer, the one who is doing the conciliation, is helping them to arrive at an agreement. Okay, the third party may be one individual or group of people. The alternative name of this third party are also known as mediators. The conciliator also can be called a mediator. So it is an extension it is an extension of collective bargaining with third party assistance. Okay. The Industrial Disputes Act 1947 provides for the appointment of conciliators. Okay, section 4 of the act states that the appropriate government shall appoint such number of persons as it thinks fit as conciliation officers. So what is the main duty? The main duty of the conciliation officer shall be to mediate in, okay, and promote the settlement of industrial disputes. Okay, just mediate in. Okay, it is not binding. The act prohibits a strike or lockout when a conciliation proceedings are in progress, just like arbitration. It may be stated that conciliator has no power to force a settlement, but the arbitrator has the power to force a settlement. Okay, but conciliator does not have the power to force a settlement. That can work with the parties separately to determine their respective positions, explains a position more fully to the opposition, points out basis for agreements that may not have been apparent previously, helps in the search for solutions, and generally facilitates the reach of the agreement. Okay, so here the conciliator just mediates in or interferes and just to persuade both the parties to arrive at an agreement. Okay, agreement by mutual discussion between them. Okay, there is no power to force the settlement. He or she is just an advisor here. Okay, so the difference between arbitration and conciliation. So arbitration, it is a dispute settlement process in which the impartial third party is appointed to study the dispute and hear both the party to arrive at a decision binding on both the parties. So here the decision is binding on both the parties. Okay, collective bargaining, again, an independent person or group of person also helps the parties to arrive at a negotiated settlement. Okay, it is a negotiated settlement. It is not binding. Okay. Enforcement, an arbitrator has the power to enforce his decision. Okay, conciliator do not have this power to enforce his decision. Prior agreement is required in an arbitration, and in conciliation no prior agreement is required. Also, it is available for existing and future disputes, and conciliation just for existing disputes. These are just normal. You need to know the main difference here. Okay, who can enforce the decision, and also what the definitions of definition and meaning of arbitration and conciliation. Okay, so I hope this is clear now. So this is the end of this video. So thanks for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe to this channel for more updates. Okay, and my email ID is given in the description box. Do comment if you want some specific videos on some specific topics. Okay, thank you. Stay safe. Take care of your family.